¿Quién la tenía?
¡Hijo de puta! ¿Cómo dejaron que eso...?
Éramos felices.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're diving into a pretty intense action thriller called Dominique. I've picked out some of the key moments from the film, and as you watch these scenes, I'm going to walk you through the story. So buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride. Alright, let's kick things off. The movie starts in this small, dusty town somewhere in South America. It's not exactly the safest place in the world. Lots of corruption, violence, and you guessed it, our main character, Dominique, finds herself right in the middle of all of it. Now Dominique, well, she's no ordinary woman. She's a trained assassin with a dark and troubled past, trying to escape the life she's been forced to lead. She's not looking for trouble anymore, just a quiet place to disappear. But, as you'd expect, trouble has a way of finding her. The movie opens with Dominique lying low, blending into the chaos of this crime-ridden town. You can feel the tension from the start. You see, the local mafia runs the place, and the police? Yeah, they're in on it too. Everyone's got a hand in something dirty, and Dominique's just trying to keep her head down. But let's just say, things don't go as planned. We get to see her slipping into town unnoticed, but not for long. We cut to a scene where a group of gangsters is handling some business, talking about a mysterious package. Something heavy is inside, one of them mutters. They look uneasy. You can tell whatever's in there isn't good news. They don't waste any time. One of the guys says, "Go get the lock cutters," and they pry it open. The tension builds as everyone's waiting to see what's inside. Next thing you know, one of the mob guys shouts, "Miss, let's talk." The camera swings over to Dominique, who's clearly not in the mood to talk, at least not in the way they're hoping. She doesn't even flinch as the gunfire starts. There's this awesome scene where she's dodging bullets, moving like a shadow through the alleyways. Honestly, it's all about survival at this point, and Dominique's instincts kick in. At this point, the movie starts to pick up speed. Dominique's trying to figure out who's after her. Is it the mafia? The police? Both? As she's navigating her way through the mess, she stumbles upon this small, innocent family, a mother and her son who take her in. This is where things get interesting. Dominique now has to decide if she's going to stay in survival mode or if she's going to help protect these people who have sheltered her from the chaos outside. This family is totally unaware of the kind of danger Dominique brings with her, but you can tell they sense something's off. There's this tender moment where the mother asks Dominique, "Why don't you rest a little? You've been through enough." And Dominique just looks at her, conflicted. It's like, for the first time, someone is offering her kindness, and she's not sure how to deal with it. But peace doesn't last long, of course. The next day, the mafia shows up at the family's door. They're looking for Dominique, but they play it cool, pretending they're just there for routine business. The tension is unbearable. The mother's trying to act normal, but you can see the fear in her eyes as she lies, telling them she hasn't seen anyone suspicious around. Dominique is hiding just out of sight, every muscle in her body tense, ready to spring into action if needed. This is where Dominique's character really starts to shine. She's not just some heartless killer. You can see her internal struggle. Does she leave this family to fend for themselves, or does she take a stand and fight? And you guessed it, Dominique's not the type to run away from a fight. So, we jump into the next major action sequence, where the mafia's suspicion leads them to a confrontation with the police, who are also searching for Dominique. The lines between friend and foe are completely blurred. It's one of those moments where you realize just how corrupt everything is in this town. Suddenly, everything explodes, figuratively and literally. Guns blazing, people running, it's total chaos. Dominique's forced out of hiding, and she goes full assassin mode. There's this insane chase through the narrow streets with her outsmarting both the cops and the mob at every turn. You can feel the adrenaline pumping as she uses every skill in her arsenal to escape. Pause for a sec. If you're still watching and haven't hit that subscribe button, what are you waiting for? If you're into action-packed movies like this one, you're definitely going to want to stick around for more recaps and reviews. So go ahead and subscribe. Okay, back to the story. As we move forward, the stakes get even higher. Dominique knows she can't stay with the family forever, but she can't just leave them to face the mafia and the corrupt cops on their own either. There's a powerful moment when she sits with the little boy, who's completely unaware of how much danger they're in. He looks up at her and says, "Are you going to stay with us?" And you can see the weight of that question hit her hard. But Dominique doesn't get the luxury of contemplating her next move for long. The final act of the movie kicks into gear when the mafia and the police finally figure out where she's hiding. What follows is an intense, high-stakes showdown. Dominique, armed with nothing but her wits and a handful of weapons she scavenged, sets up a series of traps around the family's home, preparing for the inevitable attack. The final battle is brutal. The camera work during these scenes really adds to the intensity. Close-ups on Dominique's focused, determined expression as she fights off waves of attackers. The family tries to stay hidden, but it's clear they're caught in the middle of something way bigger than they could have imagined. One of the most gripping moments comes when Dominique faces off against the mafia boss himself. There's this eerie calm before the storm as they exchange a few words. He says, "You can't escape who you are." And Dominique, with a cold, steely look in her eyes, responds, "Watch me." The fight that follows is nothing short of epic. Dominique's got this raw, animalistic energy as she takes on the boss, and the choreography is just insane. You can feel every punch, every kick, and the desperation in both of them to come out on top. It's clear this fight isn't just about survival, it's personal. In the end, Dominique stands victorious, but it's not the kind of win that comes without cost. The family, though grateful, is clearly shaken by everything they've just witnessed. There's no going back to normal after something like that. Dominique knows she can't stay, not if she wants to keep them safe. So, with one final silent goodbye, she disappears into the night, leaving behind the chaos and the bloodshed. And that's it. That's Dominique. It's a film that's equal parts action-packed and emotionally gripping. Dominique's journey from a cold, hardened assassin to someone capable of protecting the innocent is what really makes this movie stand out. It's not just about the fight scenes, though those are incredible. It's about the choices she makes along the way. Alright guys, that's the end of our recap for Dominique. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the movie. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more reviews and breakdowns, just like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.